Now I've cleared most of the fault code, let's see if the suspension goes down. Suspension fault. So yeah, there's clearly an issue here somewhere. That one, got to be this one, isn't it? Here it is. So we've got pressure does not decrease when venting gallery, and that's the fault code number. So guessing that's something to do with the pump. So about to take the cover off. We've got Allen key bolt there, Allen key bolt there, and then a 10mm bolt here. So yeah, so where it's located on the left hand side rear. So ouch, hit my head on the toolbox. Back of the rear tyre here, just in front of it. Half hour later, I finally get two bolts out. This one rounded off, that one went up in there, that one rounded off, that one come out quite easily, and then the 10mm snapped off. So a 5-minute job has turned into half an hour. Anyway, next job, you got these clips. You got 1, 2, 3, got one around the back. So you just push them up, out of the way. Oh, dust. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if you can see that one. It's 4, and 1 on the end. 5. Right. So now that's come away. Let's see what happens. Wow, there's a lot of crap in there. Ooh. I was told to check the wiring, but really I got to blow it all out first, because that's filthy up in there. I don't think it should be like that, especially this bit of corrosion. What I do need to find out is what make it is. Is it AMK or Hitachi? So now that's the cover off. I'm going to start to remove the compressor. But before I do that, I've got to put her up on jack stands so I don't get crushed. But anyway, as soon as I've done that, I can jack her up. We've got 10mm there. We've got a 10mm between this lower bracket and the pump. Another 10mm. Then you've got a harder 10mm up behind there somewhere. So removal then. Then you've got 2 pipes here to disconnect. And then up in there you can see orange and blue. We've got to disconnect the blue one, not the orange one. And then yeah, that it should come down. But first job, I've got to jack her up and put her on axle stands. Now she's up on axle stands, we can start disconnecting these cables. So I've got one here, and you got one here. And then push down and pull away, but I can't do it with one hand. Lost them 2 out, removed, so I'll tuck them out of the way. Tuck them under there out of the way. So next job, this is on some sort of sliding thing. Oh yeah. Slides on the back. Got to get this cable away from this mounting bracket, so I need a trim tool. I think this is what I need. Oh no, it's just an cable tie. off. So like I said, we got 10mm there. You've got 10mm in there behind that dirt, and there's another 10mm up at the back, which is a pain. So let's get them out. Got that one out. 10mm, but before I take any more out, I'm going to disconnect these pipes. So this blue one is a case of pushing it in, push the blue bit in and pull the pipe out. Can't do it on camera. I got it out. Yeah, just got to push that in and then pull the pipe back. A bit of air will come out, but nothing too dramatic. So yeah, that one's out. Like I said, that one doesn't need to come out because it's connected to the actual pump. So these ones, not sure how you get these ones out. This one might be a bit tricky. These two pipes at the back here are a bit of a fucking pain. Excuse my language. What you need to do, it pushes in. Right, that's got to go in and then it should pop off, but it's not as easy as that, obviously. Same with that top one. So you got the gap. The gap in between, you got to push it in, and I don't know if it twists or what, but it's bloody fiddly. What I've done so far is I've got a pair of mold grips, if it focuses, on the end. I'm just wiggling it. You can see that bit there moving. So I'm wiggling it at the moment, just trying to free it up. So, got this little, it's loose, but I thought it might be just a screw that screws into there, but I've been screwing for ages and it don't seem to move. So I'm guessing it's just a push in and pop out, but I don't know. May have to cut them off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and carry on removing the bracket. To give me better access to the top bolt that's hidden away, I'm going to loosen the pump itself from the bracket. So it's just that Allen key bolt there. Twist that. Try not to round it. Yeah, so remove that off, and then the pump itself should be free. Well, not free, but loose. Got that out. I think I'm zoomed in here, aren't I? Got that out. Poured it, popped it out of its sort of holding position. So now it's fairly loose. Let me loosen that. Oh golly. Why do they make things awkward? See if I can put the light on. Oh, I don't know if you can see it at the top there. Oh, I got dust in my eyes now. God. Oh. So that top bolt, I've got a spanner on it, a 10mm. I've got another spanner for leverage. You can see now that top one's come loose. And now oh bloody hell, the whole thing's falling. Right, so now the only thing that's holding on is them two back pipes, which are a nightmare. I hate working on the floor. Right, let's see where we can see. So it's just them two. How do they come apart? But the pump really doesn't look that old. Because that one there, this thing here, that where the screw goes into the bolt, that looks fairly newish. I don't know. Just taking that top cover out. So Let's give me better room to try and have a go at getting these out. But yeah, this, apart from all the dust, it looks fairly good condition. All the cables look okay. Yeah, there's nothing out the ordinary there. I'm going to spray it with WD-40 and leave it for a bit, see what that does. Right, I've got one, the top one. So this, you push it in, push that down in, and then pull that out. It is fiddly, it's like, it's hard to do it even with two hands. But yeah, so that one's off. So next one is this one, but I know I've bent this bloody ring. I don't know if I can replace this bit or not. I'll have a go at that one now. I've got it off, but I've had to unscrew the bottom one, which goes in there. It just won't come off because I broke this ring. What this ring does, you've got to push it down in, and then pull the pipe out. So that one, other one I couldn't do that because the ring was broke. So it's not a case of just turning it and turning it, you've got to push it in. But yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get that one off because there's nothing to push in, so I might have to cut it off. Great. So I'm going to try and fix my air compressor without spending any money. So what I've got to do is take the cover off here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. Take all them off. As soon as you got them screws out, you've got to disconnect this pipe. Got to push that in and then pull out. So take that off, then remove the cap, which I'm going to need 2 hands for. So you got to sort of twist it up to get it off. As soon as you get that off, you've got a spring. Take the spring out. Got that. Put that to a side. And then I've got one of these filtration pads. So get that one out. You can, I was told by a chap just now, you can machine wash these to get all the dust out. You can reuse them, you don't need to get brand new ones. So that one's out. And then, see already, this dust is a bad sign. That shouldn't be on this side, it should be on the other side. So that's why no air is getting through to let the suspension go down. So let's open it all. Yeah, you got to try and pick this out. Oh, that's it. So yeah, this dust ain't no good. So now we've got to get a cup to put all this in. See that dust? It's not good. Bloody hell. So there's another pad like that one at the bottom. So I'll grab that one out now. So got that one out. Remember, this pad is different to that pad. So remember that one always goes back in the bottom. And then we got you can buy the rebuild kit for all this, but you don't really need to. Not in my case, hopefully, anyway. So then that one, put that one there. So yeah, all that needs cleaning out. So yeah, what we need to do, filter all the dust out of all them beads, because that's what's blocking it, is all the dust. The air can't travel through here because there's so much dust in the way. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove the whole bit off from the actual pump. Just screw there, and then you got to twist it from there to pull it off. So that's removed, and so you've got that tab there. This is sort of a slot it goes in like that. And once you push all the way in, you twist it. So that's off. I can clean that now. I give the old pump a good clean. Blow any debris off. What I'm going to do now is clean these off because they are dusty. So that's why no air is passing, because they're blocked. What you want to do, get a sieve. What we want to try and get out is all that dust. I'll go outside for this. See all the dust coming out? Anyone think we're baking a cake here? But yeah, keep doing this until you get all the dust out. As soon as you're happy with getting all the dust out, sieved all the dust, next job is putting this in a microwave or an oven to dry them out. You want them bone dry. So in this case I haven't got a microwave, so I'm going to have to put them in the oven for about half an hour. In the microwave, probably 5-10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes I spent in the microwave. So yeah, I'll do that now. If you remember, I struggled to get this one off. So a friend of mine gave me this, a spare. His older one was knackered. So because the other bit was still on the end of the truck, went on the end of the pipe. So I got to cut that off and then put the pipe into there. This one's still fine, that one come off alright. So yeah, all I got to do is tighten this one up now. So that's all sorted. Just waiting for the beads to dry out. All this has been washed and cleaned and blown out. So hopefully that's now alright. Now that the pads are dried out, filtered the beads out, got the dust out, dried them out, they're all fine. I can start putting it back together now. So we start with this. Got to put that piece of metal plate in there first. Got that in, make sure it's sat flat. So once that's in, next pad is this thicker one, so that's got to go in next. So got that one in. Next job, the beads. Right, that's all the beads in. So next job is this metal plate. That's in. Now lastly, this next filter. Right, that's all in. So now I can go ahead, put the spring, place the spring on top of there, and then push this cover back on top. So now I've then screwed the top lid on. I'm now pushing it down on. So I've pushed it down. All I need to do now is twist it till it goes no further. And then you put that, connect the pipe into its holding position, and then push this, push that down in. Yep. So think, yeah, just make sure it don't come out, and that's that job done. So now I think that's ready to go back on the truck, but before I put it back on, I'm gonna clean where it's supposed to go, give that a bit of a rub down. What you don't want to forget is that screw that goes in there. Never forget that, 'cause if you don't put that on, when you start the engine and this compresses, that will just shoot off. So don't forget this screw. I've cleaned up under here the best I can. Put that down. But what I'm trying to do now is cut the end of this off. Got me blade. So yeah, cutting this off because I've got another one of these that's already on the pump. So yeah, I'm cutting it as close as I can, so I ain't got a lot of wastage, and I want to keep that little ripple in the pipe so it connects nicely into the next one. That one's alright because that one came out perfect. So I've got the bracket, the compressor back in its bracket. So that bit's done. I've cut off that bit. That was this bit here. That was on there. Cut that off. So got me brand new second-hand one on there. So it's ready to be installed. So I've got the compressor back on. Got that bolt in. Got that bolt in. I've got that bolt in up there, but he ain't tight yet. God, that's a bitch of a bolt. So yeah, I've got to do that. And then this pipe here goes in there. He's clipped. I can hear it clip. Yeah, he ain't coming back out. So that one's in. I got to put a cable tie back around here through that hole for that to line up. So what I need to do here is plug these in. Please work. Hang on. Ain't gonna go in, is it? Because that lip, maybe I should have cut on this side of the lip. I don't know. Right, let's try it. Right, got that top one plumbed in. He ain't going anywhere. But this one, I should have cut on the back side of this ridge, because that ridge don't want to go in there. So I have to cut just on the back side of here. Just another thing to add, I'm replacing these ones with these. What I might do is put some copper grease on here for next time if I ever got to get it off. Let's hope not. Right, so I've cut that out. There's no more brass inside here now. I've tried to clean that up the best I can, but it's not doing a lot. So I've got to plug that in there now. Let's hope for the best. I don't really know how far you push it in, because that one went in probably 1/2 inch, the top one. Oh god, it's hard work trying to do it one hand. Anyway, I'm pulling on it and it's not coming off, but I do want to put it in a bit more. Alright, I'm pushing on that now, so that ain't going in anymore. And it's not coming out. So I declare that bit done. Yeah, that ain't coming out. And the top one. Anyway, both of them ain't coming out. So I think that's all done. Cable tied that back on. All I gotta do is put the cover back on underneath. Need to take the jack stands out, and then I'll start her up. What can possibly go wrong? Right, that's the jack stands out. So the next job is to start it. God, I'm knackered now. Alright, so it starts because I had a flat battery the other day. Shut up. Alright, see what happens. I'm going to warm up a bit. Just went to check the compressor, can't see, hear any leaks, so let's try this. Pressing the button now. Access height selected, so there is movement. This time I press down in off-road mode. So she's rising. Let's try going down. Right, she's going down. So before wasn't going down, but it is now. So that's normal access height. Let's go down, down. Right, I think it's done. It's working. Compressor fixed. Just plug the diagnostics in to check to see if there's any suspension fault codes like the one I had before. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing on suspension side of things anyway. So that job is done, fixed. So yeah, I hope that's helped anyone. If they have that fault code come up, I can't remember what it said. Something gallery, or I don't bloody know. If the suspension don't go down, if it goes up, fine, but it's when it goes down. If it don't release, then do what I've done. Then that should fix your problem without spending any dollar, unless you break anything. Ta-da.